Today I am sharing 72 different manifestation methods with you, and I'm going to give you a very brief description to explain each one so that you can decide which manifestation method you want to use. And you might be asking, which manifestation method is the best? I can't decide. There's 72. So I would suggest, as I am describing each method, you will naturally be drawn to one particular method or another. Some of them you'll think, no, I don't like the sound of that, I don't want to do it. And others you'll think, oh, that sounds like something I could really enjoy. So just go to the ones that resonate with you. Now you might be asking, well, which one works the best? And the truth is, they all work for different people. Everybody resonates with different techniques. And here's the thing about manifestation techniques. They can all work, and sometimes none of them can work, because the only thing that actually manifests is your imagination. You have got to imagine that you already have the thing that you want, and then it will manifest. All of these different techniques help you to do that, and that's all they do. So if you understand how it works, you will understand it doesn't matter which technique you choose, because all of them work as long as you are activating your imagination. If the technique doesn't help you to activate your imagination, then throw that one out and try a different technique. So to help you navigate through all of these 72 methods, I have created 6 different groups to put these manifestation methods into. And these 6 groups are also 6 steps of the process that you can work your way through to help you manifest from start to finish. And as this video is going to be pretty long, I have created another video called Which is the Best Manifestation Technique? And in that video, I explain these steps in a lot more detail and tell you which of the steps are essential, because some of them are essential and some are not essential. And in that video, I'll also be sharing which of these techniques are my personal favorites. So this video is purely just to explain all of the different techniques. If you are watching the YouTube video, have a look in the description, because I have created different chapters, and if you click on the link, it will jump you forward in the video to the section of the video that you are most interested in. And I have also written a blog post on the same topic, which I will link in the description, which again can give you a nice overview of all 72 techniques. So here are the 6 steps to manifestation. Step 1. The first step is to make a decision about what you want. What do you want? And make a decision that you are going to get it. Step number 2 is to commit the details to paper. Step number 3 is to imagine that you now have what you want. Step number 4 is where you reject any disbelief that you have. Step number 5 is reinforcing your new chosen beliefs. And step number 6 is take action, and I explain this in a lot more detail in that other video. And taking action is not what you think, so go and check that out as well. So let's get started with the 72 manifestation methods. So the first section is to make a decision. So how do you manifest? By making a decision. It is possible to manifest simply by deciding that you are going to have what you want, and that is all you need to do. You don't need to do anything else as long as you can get behind this new decision that you've made. And that's all that's in that section, because making a decision is very simple and short. So moving on to section number 2, which is committing your details of your decision to paper. So how do you manifest using scripting? Scripting involves writing out that you already have what you want as if you've already got it. How do you manifest? By examining your why, your reason for manifesting. This can really help when you are manifesting money. If you know the reason why you want the money, it can really help you to manifest by imagining that you are spending the money on what you desire. How do you manifest? Using a gratitude journal. When you are using a gratitude journal, normally you are just focusing on things that you already have. But if you have what you desire to have and you don't want it to go away, that can really help you to manifest more of those same good things in your life. How do you manifest? Using the 55 by 5 method. This involves writing down your desire 55 55 times, 5 days in a row. How do you manifest using the 3-6-9 method? Similar to the 55 by 5 method, this involves writing your desire down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening for a certain length of time, for example 33 days. How do you manifest using the Perfect Groundhog Day Design? This is a concept that I coined myself, and this involves writing out your perfect day as if you already have it in great detail. How do you manifest using a letter to God or a letter to the universe? This involves writing out a letter thanking God or thanking the universe or even thanking a person that you now have what you want. How do you manifest? By setting goals or setting intentions. You can either list all your goals or your intentions in your journal, or you can write your goals on a goal card and carry that around in your wallet, or you can create something called a stamp statement, which is something that I invented specifically for business owners, which is to write down your business intentions like a very mini one-page business plan. How do you manifest using 3G goals? This is something that I invented. There's 3 goals, all starting with a G. There is gratitude goals, where you are setting goals that you don't control. There is giving goals, that is setting goals depending on what you want to give to other people, what action you want to take to help people. And then there's growing goals, which is how you want to grow as a person. How do you manifest using a future Q&A? This is a process of journaling by asking your future self what your future self does, what your future self likes, and then you know what it feels like to be in the future. How to manifest using a letter from your future self. This is where you would write a letter as if it came from your future self, telling you exactly what to do, how to do it, and what to think and what you've manifested. How to manifest using a to manifest list. So instead of using a to-do list, you use a to manifest list, and you write down a list of things that you want, and you don't necessarily do them all yourself. They all manifest somehow. How to manifest using the pillow method. This is where you write down your desires on a piece of paper and you put them under your pillow while you are sleeping. How to manifest using the prosperity game. This is where you would give yourself an imaginary amount of money to spend each day, and then you double it each day and you decide what you want to spend that money on every single day. How to manifest using the Placemat Process. This is invented by Abraham Hicks, and it involves journaling and writing 2 columns in your journal, and the first column is things that I would like to do, and the second column is things I would like the universe to do. How to manifest using a vision board. You get a magazine or you print out images from the internet and you stick them all on a board, and this creates a visual representation of the things that you want to manifest. How to manifest using a goals board. This is similar to a vision board, but instead of putting lots of general things on there that you want to manifest, you just put things representing the goals that you want to achieve. How to manifest using an actions board. You would decide the actions that you want to take and that you add them either in picture format or in words to a board that gives you a reminder of everything that you want to take action on. How to manifest using an affirmations board. This is a board where you would just add positive affirmations, things that you want to be, do, and have all in affirmation format in a visual representation in this board. How to manifest using a manifestation results board. I actually have a free gift for this, and this is where you create a board and it has all of the things that you've already manifested. So it's a bit like a gratitude list or gratitude journaling, except it's on a board so you can see at a glance, wow, here's everything that I've manifested, and you feel grateful, you feel thankful, and it encourages you to manifest more of the same. And I actually have a free pack, if you look in the description below, that will give you a free board pack of printables. It's actually 89 pages of printables that you can choose what to print out and what to put on your board. And you have a goals board where you put the things that you want to manifest, and then a manifestation board where you move the things that you have manifested onto the manifestation board, and this is really powerful. Now let's move on to the third step, which is to use your imagination. How to manifest using visual imagery or visualization. And a lot of people think that there's only one way to visualize and only one way to use your imagination, which is to see a picture in your mind of what you want to manifest. And this is actually only one of 8 different methods, 8 different ways to use your imagination. And I've created a video and a blog post that explains all 8 ways. How to manifest using guided meditations. Guided meditations are where you play an audio track and you hear a voice in your ears that guides you through a process of visualizing what you want, imagining what you want. And I have lots of these on my YouTube channel. How to manifest using reverse memories. A reverse memory is something that I invented. It's a term that I coined. And what it means is to imagine that you've already received what you want. So you are imagining an event before it's actually happened, which creates a memory in your imagination. And this is why it's called a reverse memory, because you remember it before it's actually happened. And I've got a video on that as well. How to manifest using the 2-cup method. What you do is you get 2 cups of water, and on one of them you write your current reality, which is what you don't want to continue having. And on the 2nd cup of water, you write your future intended reality, which is the reality that you actually want. And then what you do is you drink from the water, which is your future reality, stepping into your future reality, and then you throw away the current reality. How to manifest by stepping into a parallel reality. You do this by imagining that you are in a different reality, and then you imagine yourself physically stepping from your current reality into the new reality. And you can physically change places at this time. You can physically move to a new position in the room to demonstrate that you've actually shifted into this parallel reality. How to manifest using the "wouldn't it be nice if" technique. With this technique, you simply finish off the sentence. Wouldn't it be nice if I was living in my dream house? Wouldn't it be nice if I was driving my dream car? How to manifest using the "Isn't it wonderful" technique by Neville Goddard. In this technique, you repeat over and over again in your mind, "Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful?" And this will evoke feelings of already having what you want. How to manifest using SATs. SATs means the state akin to sleep. Again, this is a term coined by Neville Goddard, and this means that the state akin to sleep is the state that you are in just before you fall asleep. You're very relaxed, your conscious mind is winding down and shutting down and not giving you much resistance. So it's a state of relaxation and daydreaming and imagination. How to manifest using the "I remember when" technique, again by Neville Goddard. In this technique, you project yourself into the future and then you look back at yourself in your current state, which will now be in the past, and you say, "I remember when I desperately wanted to move into my new house," or "I remember when I first started my business." And that implies that you now have what you want. How to manifest using the eavesdropping technique, again by Neville Goddard. With this technique, you imagine that you are eavesdropping, you are overhearing a conversation about you by some other people, and they are saying really good things about you, and they are saying that you now have the thing that you want to manifest. How to manifest using the telephone technique by Neville Goddard. In this technique, you imagine yourself having a conversation on the telephone with somebody else where you are telling them that you have now received the thing that you want to manifest. How to manifest using the congratulations technique by Neville Goddard. In this technique, you imagine that somebody is congratulating you for achieving the thing that you want to manifest. How to manifest using the "how did I" technique. In this technique, you imagine yourself in the future looking back and somebody asks you, "How did you achieve that thing?" and you answer it. How to manifest using the imaginary mastermind. This is a technique by Napoleon Hill that he talks about in his book called Think and Grow Rich. In this technique, He says that what he does is he imagines himself having a mastermind, having a meeting with lots of the most intelligent and wealthy people that were alive in the past and are no longer alive, and he imagines himself asking them for advice, and he imagines himself receiving advice from them. How to manifest by thinking from your desire. This is by Neville Goddard. So in this technique, you imagine that you already have the thing that you want to manifest, and you are in the current location of the thing that you want to manifest. Say, for example, you want to manifest moving to a new city. You imagine that you are now waking up in the bed in your new apartment in that new city, and you imagine thinking about the city that you currently live in from the new location, and you think about that city that you currently live in as being a long way away. So you're thinking from your desire. How to manifest by praying. Praying means different things to different people, and there are lots of different ways to pray. There's lots of different ways to talk to God, but one of the ways to talk to God is to ask for things. So you can pray by asking for what you want. So you can ask for what you want and then believe that you have received what you want, and then thank God that you now have what you want. How to manifest using the I Become You technique by Neville Goddard. In this technique, you imagine that you are somebody else, that you are in somebody else's body, and you can either do one of two things in this state. You can either manifest something positive for that person. As that person, you can imagine yourself going up to somebody else and saying that you now have the thing that you want, or driving the car that you want as that person. Or if you want to manifest for yourself, you can imagine yourself as a different person, seeing yourself through different eyes and looking at yourself having the thing that you desire. How to manifest using hypnosis. Hypnosis is where you enter a deep state of relaxation and then change your belief system or bring certain things to your mind that your conscious mind might be blocking or not revealing to you. You can either use self-hypnosis, where you get into a very relaxed state and you count down, or you can use guided hypnosis that you listen to and it walks you through the process, or you can actually sit with a person who guides you through this process in real time. And in a state of hypnosis, it's much easier to manifest what you want, to imagine that you have what you want, and bring things to mind that you might have forgotten that might help you with the process. How to manifest using subliminals. Subliminals are where your conscious mind isn't actively aware of something, but something enters into your subconscious mind. Like, for example, when you're watching TV, they used to have subliminals, which would be a very quick advertisement flashing onto your screen for 1 second, and your conscious mind would barely even recognize that it was there, but it would enter into the subconscious mind. Another popular way to use subliminals are where people listen to audio recordings while they're sleeping, and they hear voices in their mind which are not always audible to the conscious mind, but the subconscious mind will recognize them. How to manifest using lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is where you enter into a dream state and you are fully conscious that you are dreaming, and therefore you can control the dream. And in this dream state, you could use this to imagine that you already have what you want in your dreams. How to manifest using segment intending. This is by Abraham Hicks, and this involves breaking up your day into segments. Say, for example, the first segment is your morning routine, the second segment is your exercise, the third segment is getting ready, the fourth segment is going to work, the fifth segment is being at home with your family. And what you do is you visualize that segment before it actually happens, and you see it going the way that you want it to go. How to manifest using the memory mansion technique. This is a technique that I invented, and I have a video that describes how to do it, and I also have a guided meditation that walks you through it. And this involves imagining that you are walking through your own house and you are associating things that you know to be true in that room with something that you desire to have. So you are blending the physical reality with the desired reality. The fourth stage in the manifestation process is to reject disbelief and overcome any blocks that you have. How to manifest using the stamp it out process to reject disbelief. And this is a 5-stage process that I invented myself, and I have a video on it that walks you through overcoming your blocks and actually manifesting what you want. How to manifest using shadow work. Shadow work can really help you to identify areas where you are stuck, you are holding yourself back, you are believing things that are not helping you to manifest what you want. How to manifest using the hierarchy of beliefs. This is a term that I coined myself, and I have a video on this. And the hierarchy of beliefs, there are 4 different beliefs in a hierarchy, and if you are trying to manifest a situational belief, something very specific like a new car or a new house, there will be beliefs above that belief that will block you from manifesting that belief. So you have to go up the hierarchy of beliefs and manifest and change your beliefs all the way up the hierarchy so that you can manifest the thing that you want at the bottom of the hierarchy, because we have overriding beliefs that overshadow our manifestations. And I have a video on that, so go and check that out. How to manifest by letting go and surrendering. I have a video on this as well, which is called Surrender versus Manifestation. A lot of people think that surrendering is the opposite of manifestation, but in that video I explain that when we surrender, we actually surrender to our desires and we stop blocking them. How to manifest by using forgiveness. And there are lots of different techniques that help you to forgive other people, but when we are holding a grudge against other people, it really does block manifestations from coming to us. How to manifest using a stamp box. And this is something that I invented. You can have 2 uses for the stamp box. The first use is to write down your desires and put them into the box, and the second use of the stamp box is to write down things that you want to let go of, limiting beliefs, disbelief that you want to let go of, and you put that into the stamp box and then it's gone. You no longer have it anymore. How to manifest by turning it over to the manager. This is a term by Abraham Hicks, and this involves giving your desires to a manager. It might be another word for God. You might want to replace the word manager with God, but it's basically giving your desires to a higher power so that you don't have to worry about how it's going to happen, because God or the manager takes care of that. How to manifest by using evidence. It can be really helpful to gain evidence to support your new beliefs. For example, some people really like to look for signs, and that really helps to encourage them that they're on the right track and that their manifestations are on the way to them. And some people like to use science as evidence that they can manifest what they want. Some people like to use real evidence that their manifestation is actually working. For example, if you are trying to manifest money, all of the money that you receive is evidence that your manifestation is working and active. How to manifest using inner child work. Inner child work is where you identify something traumatic or negative about your childhood, and you go back and you imagine something different and something more positive that you actually would have chosen to have as a child. How to manifest using revision by Neville Goddard. Revision is a process of using your imagination to change your memory of something that's happened in the past. So whether it's something that's happened today that you didn't like, or something that's happened in the past or in your childhood, you can use revision to imagine that something different happened other than what actually happened. Now we're moving on to the 5th stage of the process, which is to use affirmations to support your new beliefs. How to manifest using I Am Affirmations. When you declare that I am, this is a very powerful way to change your state. When you say that you are something, you literally become that thing. Whether it's negative or positive, you can use this for any purpose. How to manifest using brain stamps. Brain stamps is a term that I coined myself, and brain stamps are natural affirmations. So these are things that you would actually say to somebody else if you had manifested the thing that you want. They're not affirmations designed by somebody else using language that you wouldn't use. They're actual words that are natural to you in your own language that you would actually say out loud. How to manifest using mantras. Mantras are usually something that you repeat over and over again to reprogram your subconscious mind. I have a very specific way that I like to use mantras, and when I use mantras, I like to use statements that nobody could possibly argue with. And this is very different to using affirmations that people could actually argue with, that people don't believe that are true. But when you use mantras that nobody could argue with, that are true for everybody, then this can be very powerful because you can't argue with it. How to manifest using recorded affirmation audios. This is where you or somebody else has recorded an audio track of spoken affirmations, and you listen to these, and you take these into your subconscious mind. How to manifest using manifestation rifs or rampages of appreciation. Now, rampages of appreciation is a term coined by Abraham Hicks, and this involves being grateful out loud. So you imagine that you are talking to somebody and you are just going on a tangent of noticing all of the things that you are so grateful for, and you're saying, looking around the room, saying, I'm so grateful for my house, and I'm so secure, and it's so warm, and it's so safe, and it's so peaceful and quiet, and you just go on and on and on about all these positive things. And this can really help you to manifest more of the same positive things into your life. Whereas a manifestation riff is more about imagining that you are changing your current reality and improving your reality by imagining that it's different in the same kind of way. So you might say things like, wow, I'm so grateful, the money just keeps flowing in, I'm so grateful for this car, it's just amazing when I get into the car and I just open the door and it just feels so luxurious, it feels so nice. And that's a manifestation riff. The sixth stage of the manifestation process is taking action. How to manifest by acting as if or faking it until you make it. This is where people change their physical actions to be more in line with the kind of person that they want to be to have what they want to have. I have a slightly different take on this, and I have a video on this process, and I call this process Take It Until You Make It, which I believe is much more powerful. How to manifest using tons or tons tasks. This is a term that I coined myself, and tons, T-O-N-S, stands for today's one next step. So what is the one next step that you want to take towards having what you want? How to manifest using the wallet process. And in the wallet process, what you do is you take out a large amount of money, maybe $100 bill or £100 banknote, whatever currency you currently have. Take out a large version of that and put it in your wallet and carry it around with you all day, but don't spend it, so that you can feel rich and you can feel like you could afford to buy whatever you wanted. How to manifest by being the person that you want to be today, by doing what your future self does. So if you tap into what you want to be in the future and then start acting that way today. How to manifest by facing your fears. Now, if you've got fears that are related to something that you actually want to do, something positive you want to do, but you've got fear holding you back, then facing your fears can really help you to manifest what you want. How to manifest by pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. If you want to manifest something, but you don't know how to get there, or you just don't feel like you're the kind of person to do it, you don't feel like you've got the skills or the abilities, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone can really help you jump to the next level. How to manifest by surrounding yourself with people who you aspire to be like. So there is a phrase that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if you spend time with people who inspire you, then this is going to really rub off on you. How to manifest by changing your environment. So your environment is your home, it's your office, maybe where you live, and if you improve that, if you change that, maybe do some decorating, then this can really help you to believe that you can have what you want because you're in a much more positive environment. How to manifest by decluttering. Decluttering means getting rid of things that you don't want and you don't need. This can really create a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum, which means when you create empty space in your life, something else will rush to fill that space. So if you want new furniture, you could get rid of your furniture. If you want more money in your wallet, you could get rid of all of the junk in there that is preventing you from having room for the money. How to manifest by starting a morning routine. When you start a morning routine, it can really help to get your mind in the right place and give you a space and time to do your imaginal work, to really visualize that you have what you want. How to manifest by being more positive. Now, I don't agree that you have to be positive all the time, but I do agree that when you do things that get you into a positive state of mind on purpose, this can really help you to be able to want to imagine more positive things in your life. When you are feeling overly negative, you don't want to go through the process of using your imagination to manifest something positive because you are wallowing in self-pity. How to manifest by doing things that you enjoy doing. This can include self-care. When you take care of yourself, when you look after yourself, you are prioritizing yourself, you are telling yourself that you are important, and therefore you are going to be open to the fact that you can manifest what you want because you deserve to have what you want. When you are feeling like stressed out, burned out, feeling sorry for yourself, there's no time for anything, you're not going to be in a place of receiving what you want. How to manifest using the no complaining challenge. I read a great book called The Complaint-Free World that really helps you to see how you can transform your life by stopping complaining. When you complain out loud, you are affirming that that's the reality that you have. When you say things out loud, your subconscious mind really believes them. So if you can get into the habit of only saying things that you want to happen, or not saying them at all, or maybe just stating things as fact, things that you're upset about, you can state them as fact, like, this thing happened today and I feel upset, and that's perfectly fine. You've just stated two facts, and you haven't said that you are predicting that the future is going to be bad because of what you've currently experienced. If you say things like, I always have a bad day, or this never happens for me, that is predicting a future reality, which is what you want to avoid. How to manifest using total absorption. How to manifest using total absorption. And this is a term that I have coined myself, and that means to fully immerse yourself in your thing that you want to manifest. For example, if you want to manifest a new business, you start listening to business podcasts, you start celebrating other people's success. If you want to manifest a new house, you sign up for new house alerts, you look at pictures of new houses, you go on viewings, so you're totally immersing yourself in the thing that you want to manifest. How to manifest using inspired action. Now, I have a different word for inspired action, and I call it inevitable action. I believe that once you have imagined something and created that reverse memory, that all of the actions that you take and other people take will be inevitable, so you don't need to worry too much about the action that you take. And I actually have a business manifestation club where I help business owners to manifest using the best manifestation techniques, and you can actually join for free for 7 days, so there's a link to that below. And I would love to know which of these techniques are your favorite. Which ones have you used? Which techniques have worked for you? Which ones are you now going to try based on watching this video? Let me know in the comments below. I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe for more like this. And now it's your turn to go and put your stamp on the world.